Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and I'm starting out in the milk room. And let you know a little secret. It's not actually morning right now. It's afternoon. I'm getting ready to feed the farm, but I had something I needed to get going before I took care of that. Y'all, I've gotten the hatching bug, and not chicken hatching bug, because chickens and everything else would be 50% males and 50% females. Well, I can't deal with that many roosters, and I don't have the heart to part with them. So I just choose to not hatch chicken eggs. I'd rather buy pullets and know that I'm getting hens, 90% hens, rather than take that chance and getting a bunch of roosters that I got to rehome. So we are not hatching chicken eggs, I will tell you that. I have been cleaning out my old barn, and I had an incubator in there, a little styrofoam style incubator, and I got it out and I plugged it up, and my turner was not working properly. And so I had already found these eggs on the farm, and I thought, well, what am I going to do? So Catherine has my cabinet incubator, but this is something I don't want to use a cabinet incubator for. I told her, I said, I don't want it back. I don't have the space for it, and I don't need it for this hatch. But she did come to my rescue because she let me borrow her, well, it's not necessarily a styrofoam, but it's a styrofoam style incubator. And you can see as Bramble walks by, it's sitting right here. And the reason I'm taking care of this first is I need to go ahead and get my incubator up to the temperature it's going to be when I start hatching the eggs. So we're going to get that plugged in and get some water in it for humidity, and wait until tomorrow to put the eggs in, because you don't want to put eggs in a cold incubator. It's just, you'll have a better hatch rate if you go ahead and get that incubator up to the temperature it's going to be before you put the eggs in. And the eggs will be fine until tomorrow. It's no worries there. So I have never used this exact model. It can't be that difficult. Catherine kind of gave me some instructions, and she said it's preset to 100. And I don't want it to be 100. I want it to be 99.5. So I'm going to go ahead and plug the turner in too, so that way I can make sure everything is working properly in the morning. And we're going to get this adjusted because it is set. Goodness, I can't even see that. I'm going to have to get my flashlight and look at that. But I'm going to set the temperature properly, get it ready for tomorrow. And y'all, no worries about it being on the counter. Yes, I have cats that get up here, but they're not going to walk on the top of the incubator. I'm going to have it blocked off where they can't. And I did order the part for my incubator. So if it comes in and I get my incubator repaired, Catherine's not hatching anything, but I just don't like to borrow things that I don't have to. And I want to use my own stuff if I can. Right, Bramble? That's right. So I'm going to get the farm fed today, and we will come back in the morning and put some eggs in. You are just starved for attention, sir. Just a purring. I said he wasn't going to get on the incubator. I might better find another spot in the milk room for the incubator. I might better. You were proof. Yeah, we don't want anything to happen to our eggs. I did move the incubator off the counter onto the floor in the corner. Y'all will see where it is here. Well, tomorrow you'll see. But it's just too tempting for them to walk across it, and I don't want anything to happen. I don't think they would intentionally do anything, but I just don't want to take the chance. Behind me, the freeze dryer's going with our calendula flowers in it. As soon as this batch is done, I have a second set of trays that I'm going to put in, and hopefully we'll have a couple of more blooms to add to that, because I have 4 trays right now and I need 5 to run a full batch. If I don't, that's okay, because Miss Laura is ready to start working on a new product. So I'm going to go ahead and get what I have picked, prepared, if I don't have any more blooms. So let's go feed this farm. Well, isn't this something? I knew I heard y'all a little louder than what I should. And here's the thing. I just came in the barn. All the doors were shut, just like I left them this morning when I fed y'all. I know who the culprit was. Loretta. Loretta opened the doors for y'all. Because y'all, I mean, you could open the door, but you don't. You don't usually open the door. This is perfect time. I need to get this door shut and locked. Ma'am, you are teaching them bad habits. No, no, no. I know you're strong, but you gotta, oh goodness. I bet she's gonna do it before I get the door locked. All right, lock is on for real this time. So I'm gonna give Loretta just a little bit of feed to get her back on her side. She doesn't realize that if everybody else is eating, why ain't she eating? So just give her a little bit of squeals of joy and she'll stop squealing for the meantime. All right, got a little old sweet tea and sunshine cup, little throwback with some squeals of joy in it. And we'll see if I can't get Miss Loretta lured back to the right side of the barn. Now, I did crack. Miss Snow White has her light on today. It's been chilly today. And I didn't think that oh goodness, I didn't think the Silkies were gonna go out this morning. But as soon as I cracked the door, they immediately ran out. I bet I got a broody girl. I bet you I do. Let's shut this door first so they won't run out. Loretta doesn't have access to that right now. Oh, T-Rex tater. I only see 2 Silkies, and that can only mean one thing. Hey there. Hey, do you know that you don't have any fertile eggs? You don't have a husband, but you have 2 little eggs that you're sitting on. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take those. I am. Silkies are so incredibly broody. And you may ask, well, why don't I just stick those eggs that I want to hatch up under her? That won't work. We'll talk more about that later. I'm going to set these 2 eggs right here on this ledge. Don't let me forget them while I go out here and lure. It won't be hard. Lure Miss Loretta in. Come on, girl. I forget she's deaf, but she can see very good. She knew. Come on, I'm gonna put you in here while I shut the rest of the gate. You gotta come on in. Come on, you longer than that. Loretta, now look. Come on in. The rest of the crew's trying to come, okay? I'm gonna get you a little bit of food. We don't wanna just put it on the ground. Let me get you a bowl. Oh, I'm locked in. I got a clip on the gate so she can't open that one. She's one smart pig. She really is. Not to downplay Peaches, but Loretta can open doors and, all right, baby, let's see. There you go. All right. She doesn't need much, y'all. Where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? That's only just a little taste. I guess I should have gave you some treats instead of, that was almost not fair, wasn't it, girl? Oh, no. Where are you going with it? Seeing if they won't refill it for you? Oh, gracious goodness, I tell you the truth. All right, I'll give you a treat before I let you out. That work? But I'm also going to put this clip back on this gate because she'll be walking down the driveway trying to get somebody else to feed her. All right, so I've been having a problem with putting the goats up in the evening. And here's the thing, Jason doesn't have this problem. And I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Everybody's scared of Tip. So I fixed Tip separate food in a bucket for him to just tend to that bucket, and that's all he's gonna do. The rest of them can have their food in a trough. Well, it's gotten to where Bootsy won't come in the goat stall area. And I know it's because of Tip, but then again, she acts like it's Honey. So how do I know it's Tip if I'm controversial, second guessing myself, saying I know it's Tip? But I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna do. I got my goat granola. I put Tip a little bit in this bucket, so he's separated. Then I gotta feed Red Laura and Curtis in the stall because, well, they just are small and they kind of get the short end of the stick when it comes to food because they're small. They're not as big as the others, so they need a little more, in my opinion. We opened up our last bag of goat granola. Feed store called and said our feed is in, so I gotta make a run. First, I'm gonna fill up the little goats, Laura, Curtis, and Red, before I open that door, because when I open that door, it's on. And they all three get along, so they all go around that bowl and they don't fuss. They do very well as a group. Wish everybody could get along like Curtis, Red, and Laura. That's honey. That's honey. All right, so I'm gonna fill this up. I'm all the way to the top with my bag, so I don't have room to scoop. All right, got a coffee can full of not Cog Hill coffee for the goats. Close my bag back up. And y'all, the temperatures tonight are not going to be as low as what they were last night. Tonight it's supposed to be 30. Last night it was supposed to be 27. When we got up this morning, it was 24. And we didn't cover the calendula because it does fine when it's 25 or above. And we were holding our breath, hoping that the calendula made it. And thank goodness it did, because we were a few degrees lower than what they anticipated. All right, let's see if what happens tonight. All right, hold your breath. Hold your breath. Who's here? They know to come right in. Come on in, baby. That's not your bucket. You know better. No, 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 no. All right, this isn't gonna work today because I can't possibly. Come on in. I can't record. Well, let's just say I'm going to put the camera down. I'll share with y'all in a minute what happens because I got my hands full. I had a bucket. I was trying to open the door and I had the camera. I'll be right back. It happened, and I know who the problem is. It's not Tip. It's Honey. And why does Honey not try to run Bootsy off when Jason feeds? He has no problem with Bootsy going in the stall. It's got to do with Jason. I don't know. There she is. And I don't know that she's being ugly. She might just be showing that I don't know. She wants to be fed first. I don't know. We got a problem, don't we, Peach? Your gate got shut, and you know it's going to be cold tonight, and you want to go in your stall. Back it up. There you go. Now, go on in your stall. There you go. I heard her in here rooting around, and what she was doing was she was banging on that stall door. She wants it to open up because when it gets cold, she builds her big, nice bed, and she couldn't get in there. We're going to shut her up, Pocket. I'm going to get you in just a minute, baby. Just a minute, okay? Just a minute. I guess y'all are finished already, and I hadn't even got to the emus, Jessie, Honey, the cows, nor Pocket. And y'all are finished. Just don't start screaming. Don't start screaming, okay? Where's little Laura? She's licking the leftovers, I guess. All right, so there's Ernestine and Opie, and we got to get Honey and Jessie. And they get not very much. All right, boys and girls. Honey or Jessie, one of y'all's bowls looks like it's sagging. I'll have to go over there and fix that. All right, let's get these boys fed. Y'all come on down here. Honey sings for food. Every day, honey sings. All right. You ready, girl? Come on. Come on. A little bit in that one. And they swap bowls every evening. I don't know why. You see, Jessie goes to that one. Then Honey comes over here. Next thing you know, they'll be crossed again. They'll swap again. Just, here they go. They play and swap. And then Honey does that digging where she acts like she's scratching the ground. Funny how they all have their little routines. All right, y'all will be swapped again by the time I get the cow's feed ready. What in the world? What's going on? Oh, well, y'all let me forget those eggs. I need to get those eggs. I guess she's mad at me. I guess she's mad at me. Your friends are in there, baby. Yeah. Y'all have everything you could possibly want. You got heat, you got water, you got food. You got goat friends on the other side. Oh my goodness. Yep, that's what it is. She's mad because I took her eggs. I can't let you sit there for 21 days, baby, when you're not going to have any babies. So I always go wet pockets food. She eats the same food that Jessie and Honey do, but I put water on it so that way it's easier for her old teeth to get a hold of it. And she does good. She doesn't drop any food or anything. I always get it a little bit warm. Got hot water heater in here and let it soak while I go take care of the cows. I want y'all to see Peaches moving these shavings around. Oh, wrong way. Trying to make her bed while I get the pig food cow feed ready. Peaches, you getting it, girl? You getting your bed made? Well, I hope y'all enjoyed Peach's little session of bed making 101. If you don't make your bed like that, you're missing out, because she says she's got the coziest bed in Chilton County, and she may be rivaling for the state. She sure gets her bed just right. All right, boys and girls, y'all ready for your supper? Supper time here on the farm. Who's gonna behave? Let's see. Cut the fence off. Gotta get the water going. Let's cut that off. I'll top y'all's trough off. Yeah. All right. Come on, Matilda. Come on, big girl. Come on, I'm down here. Oh, no, you don't. Go, go, go. She knows better. No, no. No, Mildred, go down there. Go on. That's Matilda's food. Look, come here. Come here. You eat with Moody. Come here. Come on, Moody. Good. Everybody be nice. I'm just about to get finished feeding everybody, and I want to know, did y'all figure out, Pocket, did y'all figure out what I am going to hatch? Did you figure it out? Pocket says she knows, but she's not telling anybody. You're not telling anybody, are you, girl? No, it's going to be a surprise for in the morning, right? As long as you get your food, you don't care what I'm hatching. Just as long as it don't bother you and your BFF, Peachy. Yeah, we got to get your hair back braided. Every time I put her hair up, she breaks her rubber band, and they're horse bands. All right, girl, it's going to be 30 tonight. I'm not putting your jacket on you, but I am closing y'all's gate so you won't have a draft. And I'm locking your door because you got a little streak of smart in you too. First thing you know, you'll be let you and Peaches out, and y'all will be going to town partying or something. And our pig still does not have her bed right. Peaches, it's a work of art, girl. No doubt you're going to be warm. Look at how she pushes them around with her snout. Gets them right where she wants them. See you in the morning, girl. All right, well, as the sun is setting over Cog Hill Farm this evening, I've let Loretta back out to the big wide world. And along with the younger emus, they have access to the area as well. I am going to get some good rest tonight and dream about hatching. And we'll be back in the morning to disclose what this will be. Right, Dee Dee? Dee Dee says she's ready to go home. It's getting kind of chilly. I know. I'm going to make some soup for dinner and good comfort food and tuck in for the night. Well, good morning again. It's literally morning today, and I'm headed to take care of everything along with my little, well, it's a toboggan to me, but it's also an egg carrier. I've had these in the house since the morning that I gathered them, and it was going to freeze, so we'll talk more about that when I get to the barn. I'm going to make a couple of stops before I get there and drop off Loki some food. He's letting me know it's time to eat this morning, and meet you there. All right, Loki, you fixing to get your breakfast this morning? You going to tell everybody top of the morning? Go ahead, buddy. There you go, Thomas. All right. Now, y'all behave. Y'all, I remembered something when I got home last night. I forgot to give Loretta her treats. And you know that pigs are like the 5th smartest animal. Uh-oh. Loretta, baby, I remembered your treat when I got home. So you get 2 this morning. Yes, here's you another one. Loretta, hey, come up for air. Here's you another treat. There you go. Yeah, I apologize for telling you I was going to give you a treat and then not doing it. Ernest is in here, and that's not going to work. Ernest, you got to go out, buddy. Yep, you got to go out. Loretta did not invite you in for breakfast this morning. I have a feeling she could handle you. We're going to shut the gate and let her eat her breakfast in peace. All right, girl. I just wanted to apologize. I didn't totally forget about you. Enjoy your breakfast. Everybody's fed and taken care of, and I have my little hat here, my little toboggan that I had on when I was outside collecting the calendula before the big freeze happened, and I saw something that caught my eye, and it was 6, I believe it's 6, yes, 6 Sylvester. We're over here in the floor in the corner so cats won't get over here, and I've already topped off y'all's cat food. I might have to lock them out while I get these going. Are you going to behave, buddy? I don't want to lock you out. So I have 6 of these, and y'all probably know what these are. These are duck eggs, and they're not just any duck egg. They're a mallard egg. And I'm so excited because I told y'all I wanted to add more mallards to the farm, and that was the reasoning for putting the floating dock in the middle of the pond. If a female felt safe, she could lay in there and have her babies, and hopefully they would survive. So with this, with me hatching them, I'm going to ensure that they get to the right age before I release them on the pond, and the vulnerability is over, meaning there's not going to be an aerial predator that's going to come pick off the little ducklings, or a turtle that's going to eat the little babies. I'm going to raise them until they're big enough to go out on the pond. That's the plan. It's been a long time since I've hatched any ducks, and ducks are nasty. But mallards, oh goodness, now here's Bramble. Mallards have to be one of the easiest ducks that you can raise, simply because they can fly and they can get away from predators once they get the ability to fly. Of course, they're not born with the ability to fly, so once they get to that age, they can fly, and they may not just stay at our pond. They may go across to the neighbor's pond. They may go down the road to another pond, but this will be home base. And I just love mallards, and I think it's something easy that I can add and get my baby fix without having a bunch of roosters running around. Now, of course, I hope they're not all drakes, but if they were to be, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to part with them because they're all drakes. I will just attempt to hatch some more and hopefully have better luck with some hens. But I have 6 eggs, and my incubator overnight is, let's see, 59% humidity. 99.5 is my temperature, and I want the humidity to stay between 50 and 60 up until about day 25. And then they're going to go on lockdown, and the humidity is going to go up. And the humidity is going to go up because you don't want your eggs to shrink wrap. And that's what typically happens when you try to hatch duck eggs and you don't have high enough humidity. The eggs will dry out and the baby can't make it out of the shell. So that's why you lock it down, meaning don't open the incubator during the last 4 or 5 days, something like that, and increase that humidity so they can break through that membrane in their eggshell and not get shrink wrapped. And we've had that happen before, even though the humidity's been right. I wanted this type of incubator so I can literally go in once a day, lift the lid off. I'm going to let these cool down about 15 minutes every day with the lid off. And that's going to be like what Mama Duck would do. She would get off the eggs, she would go to feed, she would come back wet from swimming, she'd sit back on the eggs, and that would increase her humidity. Well, I'm going to try to duplicate that by taking a spray bottle and spritzing the eggs with water once a day to increase the humidity. Even though I've got the humidity set in the incubator, I'm going to spritz the actual eggs to keep them like a Mama Duck would. And we're hoping for a successful hatch. I'll candle these, meaning look inside of them with a bright light in about 5 to 7 days to see if we see signs of development. Hopefully, these eggs have not been there very long. I did not see the female. I just found the eggs. So, I know it's the mallard because we don't have any other female ducks. So, no doubt it's hers. Now, it could be a different daddy, but we'll cross that bridge later. Gonna get them in point side down, meaning this side of the egg will go Bramble. This will go down in the turner, and I'm gonna get the cats out before I try to set them because I don't need their help. All right, in the corner of the milk room where the temperature can stay pretty consistent in here, we are going to place the eggs, and I'm gonna kind of space them out. I'll put one there, one there, one there, there. And the cats are trying to get in. One there. Let's see. One there. And back on with the lid. I'm not going to start the spritzing. I'm not going to start spraying them with water until about day 8. I want them to start developing. in the world? I locked the door and the cats came back in. Obviously, I didn't lock it as good as I thought I did. Thankfully, they went on over to the cat food. But gonna start spritzing those at day 8, and I will keep a constant check on the humidity, which is one of the main things that you have to get right with duck eggs. And then back home with the hat that came in convenient the cold day that I collected these eggs. Y'all, fingers crossed that we have some babies. Hey, Miss Biscuit, you even got in here, didn't you? What you doing? You didn't want to hang out with those boys? Huh? Such a sweet girl, but she doesn't like to be held like the other two do. Now, something caught my eye when I was coming through the stall going back to let Loretta out, and we're going to see if it's still there. Y'all remember yesterday evening when I found the broody Silkie? Well, I walked through here and something was squawking, and I came over, I looked in the corner. She's back. Do you have an egg, or are you just wanting to lay one to sit on? Nope, you're just gonna lay. Okay, that's a feather. That's not an egg. And y'all, I'm not gonna give her a duck egg. Reason being, it's so finicky with humidity. Chickens just don't have the humidity that ducks produce to hatch eggs. And plus, it takes 28 days for a duck egg, 21 for a chicken egg, and I have a feeling she might get off of it before her time was up. Now, these are pretty important to me. I really want them to hatch, so it's not something I want to play around with and giving her an egg just to hatch. However, I could give her a chicken egg that's from the chicken tractor, because we have a couple of 3 roosters over there, and it's a chance it could be fertile. I'm just going to kind of wait and see what happens. I don't want a bunch of roosters running around, but we'll see. If her broodiness doesn't go away, that may be something I'll consider. But I just don't want to have a bunch of roosters to contend with. All right, y'all. I hate my incubator was out of commission. The Turner part is probably going to be here in a couple of days. I may swap over to the incubator that I have. I'm just more familiar with the settings on it and the way to add water to it without opening when it gets to lockdown, but I may not. It just depends on if the part fixes it. So I'm excited about hatching these eggs. I hope y'all are too. It's been a long time. It's been since Mary Carl was a little girl that I hatched any duck eggs, and I just am giddy. So y'all are going to follow me along with this process. We hopefully will see some veins start to develop in, well, not too long, 5 to 7 days. Sylvester's up on the tip top of the hay bale. Buddy, what you doing up there? He's going to be sad because in the next day or two, I've got to give the goats one of these bales of hay. And it just so happens it's going to be the tip top one. Yeah, we don't want this in here all summer. There's no need for it. Our animals need the hay worse than he needs a place to call himself sitting. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and y'all wish me luck to have some baby mallards. Y'all be good.